Boredom is life.
Boredom is life. Yes.
Boredom is to embrace life. It's more life than being productive. Hi! Welcome to Malika Musings!
With special guest, me.
And Fairly Odd
Fariha. That's me.
So, today what are we musing about?
Today we're musing about boredom.
Boredom. Real.
Yeah. This is a thing that I've been thinking about all year long because I haven't been bored in a really long time. And I personally think that there's a lot of things to blame.
Yeah, I've definitely thought about like overstimulation a lot. Like I was just telling you, like I don't like to travel to cities because I live in New York. This is the city of cities.
Yep.
I like suburbs.
Yep.
I'm like, take me to a parking lot and just sit. Because to me, a vacation is, I need less stimulation.
Yes.
And I think that's essentially it, like the boredom, which I think we obviously like glamorize places like New York. We glamorize productivity. We glamorize stimulation.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of this. I'm not like being on my high horse. Like, yes, I crave the upper echelon of non because I'm so overstimulated. I can barely read a book.
Yeah.
I can barely watch a documentary.
Yeah.
I only consume short form content, and it's
I feel
so
like
bad.
it's interesting as well when you're doing traveling because that is a thing that a lot of people do when they travel to like big cities or whatever. They're like, oh, well, what is the itinerary? What are you going to do? What are you going to pack into your trip to make it like all of the time is spent really well because you're spending so much money on this trip? And it's like, can I just go and sit at a park and lay on the fucking floor?
Right, because it feels like a waste of money. It's like, why would I travel to New York and go sit in a park and read a book?
Wasting money, wasting time, wasting
Yeah.
like your potential that you could be doing. Like there's so many things that we almost over police our minds in a way of the way that we should be spending our time, spending our funds. And like literally the way that we think is at this point being over policed.
Yeah.
We're at a point where we are taking the time to overstimulate ourselves to the point where even when you're supposed to be enjoying yourself, even that there's expectations.
And you know what? This is going to tie into social media, mindful media literacy, is that I think to be a mindful media consumer, to be better at using social media, we need to practice boredom because our overstimulation helps the attention economy.
Yeah.
It helps the algorithm that we're overstimulated. It helps them hijack our systems and hijack our thought patterns more.
Yeah.
And to be better at consuming media, to be better at discerning, you need pause.
Yeah.
And like for me, that I think that's why what you said like resonant. I'm like, you know what, you're right. I need to practice being bored. That might help me make better decisions when it comes to existing online.
Yeah. Because another thing with the algorithm thing, especially too, is that our algorithms have been trained now and honed to a point, especially for people like us who are very mindful when we engage with social media. We still fall into this too, where because we've like perfectly curated all of our algorithms to be a specific way to feed us the type of content we want to see, we don't actually know what our bodies need. Because we're constantly overstimulated. We're like, oh, this is the type of shit that I agree with. Let me repost this. This is the type of people that I like. Let me follow. To the point where you create your own insular bubble. And you also create this bubble inside of your nervous system too. Because at that point, you don't know what you actually need. Like that's when you were saying like, oh, I don't really read that much. I was like, you probably haven't been bored. That's probably why. Your brain would tell you what you need if you give it a moment to fucking think. Your body needs to catch up to your mind.
Girl. Okay.
That's what it is. That's being mindful right there. I was like, oh, it's called mindful? Put the fucking camera on. Let's fucking get into it right now. Let's be mindful as fuck. We're on the floor. Let's be serious.
Let's be grounded.
Yeah.
No, I'm like so guilty of all of this.
No, like same. Literally
Because
same.
it's always like, how do we optimize the social media? How do you optimize our look, our time? It's like, and I'm like, we just gotta like be.
And I don't even blame us. I don't blame us.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it's like our individual fault. I
No.
think the society that we collectively have curated is a little problematic.
Not
in
only
many
that,
ways.
but there's also a bit of fear these days because we know that there is a crisis when it comes to literacy. There is a crisis when it comes to these things where, like, not only do we need to be better than other people in our way of thinking, but we need to make sure that other people are thinking better too. So we almost create that
like
system.
projecting that shit.
Exactly. But like at the end of the day, humans are very, very simple. We need like water, we need like food, we need some fucking sunlight, and we need to walk around a little bit.
We do need to walk around.
That's it.
But also, here's the thing. Like, I think another thing when I try, like, we try and fail at boredom. I think we try.
Yeah.
Like, when mindful media, like mindful anything, yoga. I think humans are still trying.
Yes.
Because there's, I think, a part of our bodies that are
They're craving
boredom. But then, capitalism. We end up like kind of, because like, I wonder if it's like, okay, go outside and walk, but then we start like, I don't know how to say this, but like there's a way of observing and then we start being productive. Like we start like naming and categorizing and like now we make it a mission almost as opposed to just like vibes.
Yeah.
Just like be like, you don't have to like name and collect nature. You just, because I think that's where people like have list of like how many parks they've explored, what part of the park you're exploring.
Yeah.
Like who cares?
Literally, who cares?
Right? Like, I feel like even in that craving to be bored, like craving to do nature and do it. But the thing is, it's like the doing nature right.
Yes.
That's part of
it. It becomes a performance.
It becomes a performance, but it's also like the only way we know how to park.
Yeah.
Like we only know how to be mindful in very specific ways. Like you have to meditate for 10 minutes and not have a thought. And the minute you have a thought, you're like shaming yourself. But like that is also part of the problem.
Yeah. Because that's another thing that boredom lets you do, right? Like that's what we were talking about when it comes to allowing yourself that space in your mind when you are bored and you actually have the capacity to just sit and fucking do nothing. Your brain will lead you down paths. It will lead you to places that you didn't even realize you're subconsciously holding on to.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow. So what is it? What do you think is the outcome? Like what would happen if we were bored? Like what is the benefits?
I think the main benefit of boredom, other than just like actually taking a break and letting your mind sit with the thoughts that it's taking in, is you never know what's going to be created out of boredom. You never know what's going to come out of boredom because we don't allow ourselves to sit in what we feel. Like we're extremely intelligent, incredible beings. Just being human is an incredibly, like we don't even realize the type of shit that we take in on a day-to-day basis. Like both physically, what we hear, what we see and all that, but also what our bodies just inherently know. So when we sit with boredom, we allow our minds to be creative, to actually like go in those circles. Like when you were saying the thing about meditation where it's like, oh, you shame the bad thoughts. Those are good things though, because that means you're actually bored and your mind is trying to find some other shit to do to entertain yourself. We can find self-entertainment, but we don't allow ourselves the space to do it because we're afraid of our thoughts. We're afraid to stand alone.
So you're saying boredom isn't just like the absence of thoughts, but things can come up organically and that's okay.
Exactly.
That's what boredom should do, as opposed to either like, you can't force a no thought.
Exactly.
Your no thoughts, you can happen.
For
or
sure.
Thoughts can happen and they're both okay. It's just like, just be.
Yeah. A lot of capitalism doesn't allow you to just be, both physically and mentally. Like it doesn't crave that.
At one point you were like, just stare at a blank wall and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. yeah.
I was like, there's fear. You know?
There is fear behind it. It's interesting because I felt that too when I had first realized this, because this is something that when I stopped spending so much time on my phone, because I deleted TikTok off my phone, right? I was like, I can't fucking do this. My brain is like overstimulated like crazy and I just can't do it. And I stopped paying attention. Can we?
Well, it's too late now.
Well,
we'll find out.
We can bleep ourselves, maybe.
Might.
We might have cursed too many times. I don't know. I think we can't curse on YouTube if we want to be monetized.
Ooh.
But it's very early on,
I do
so
wanna be monetized.
yeah, let's be like clean about it. Let's do that. What the fuck was I saying? I lost it. I was saying something. Cursing helps me think.
We were
Damn.
talking about
How it's scary to be bored.
scary.
There's a bit of fear involved in being bored. Big scary. I guess then I want to ask you then, what is the fear that comes up when you think of like just staring at a wall for like hours and doing nothing at all? Like what is the fear that comes up for you?
Freaking out about life. Because I mean, I guess that's part of what it's trying to do, right? The good thing about being boredom is you're processing stuff during your overstimulation phase. There's also the feeling of ickiness for me, because like it goes into just grieving, you know. Damn, you really make me process right now.
I'm like, let's sit with this. Let's be real.
But I think that's it. It's like the fear of your own thoughts and feelings and vulnerability. And I think I'm not somebody who's like against feeling my feelings. I think it's like I can't do anything with these feelings. Like I am sad now and I cannot fix it.
Right.
And then it's uncomfortable, and then I'm like, why did I go on this journey when there is no conclusion?
Right.
And I think it's like the challenge is to be, how do we get comfortable with inconclusiveness? How do we get comfortable with a waste of time? Because I think boredom is often like seen as you're just
a waste
wasting
of
your
time. Yeah. I guess I wonder then if the framing around boredom was being conscious that you are going to be bored. I wonder if there's a different mindset around that. Because, like, you know, when you make the conscious decision to meditate, you're like, okay, I know I'm going to meditate right now. I'm putting on the fucking timer. I did it again. I'm doing the timer and I'm going to meditate that during this time or whatever. I'm wondering if boredom has to happen naturally or it's something that you can schedule into your life. Because I feel like that's another capitalist instinct to want to schedule boredom into your life.
So this is why I think meditation is not as scary.
Yeah.
Because no thought is avoidance. I like
Right.
it. I'm an avoidant through and through.
Got it.
I will crave no thought. I can manufacture that, right?
Yeah.
But I think true boredom where you just be. Thoughts, no thought, whatever. Like if your brain is bringing up feelings, then it's still part of boredom. Versus in a meditative state, I think, again, I'm not fully understanding it, but like the idea is like you have no thought. Like that's not as scary to me.
Yeah.
What's scary is to be.
Yeah.
Because a no thought is still a goal that I'm trying to...
Exactly.
In the absence of thoughts.
In the absence of it. Whereas when you're bored, you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to
That's
happen.
the thing. There's a fear of unknown there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about, like, how would you say your relation to boredom growing up, your family, things like that?
Because here's the thing. Because I grew up in a household with, like, 5, 6 other kids, all of us running around all the time, constantly playing, constantly doing as much imaginative shit as possible. And whenever there was times that you were bored, which usually would be summer times, right? Like when you're a kid and it's the summertime, you got nothing to do, you're bored. What do you do when you're bored? You make up a game. You make up something to do. Like we used to literally create like little plays. Like we were so freaking dramatic. We had like this old Dora doll and like we would pretend that it was the princess and like my sister would be like the evil witch who like stole her and we would all have to run through the house and like find it. But like it was creative. It was something creative that we would do. We would spin a narrative. We would spin something to create a way to, I don't think it's a distraction per se. I think it's more like you're allowing yourself to play. And I think boredom and play actually mirror each other in a way. Because when you're playing, there's no thought around play. You just do what intuitively feels natural. And I think that boredom can lead you to that place.
Interesting. Because now I'm also like challenging myself. Like I'm thinking about the word boredom and how I see it and play. Because to me, boredom and play are not I guess they could be parallel. Because here's the thing. I'm Maliha. Something I've been reflecting on ever since grad school. I work full-time, mind you. I work full-time during grad school. I still work full-time.
Yeah.
But I used to do full-time work and school. And now the school's off. I've picked up like 15 different hobbies. And while it's cool and fun, it's creative.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a problem with not doing shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have a problem with not being productive. Even if the productive feels good and is good. Like I took up baking and cooking and...
Sewing, right?
Sewing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, one more. Let's add another one. Let's do a podcast. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
It's not like, it is
Those aren't
interest-based.
inherently negatives, any of those tasks.
They're interest-based. They're exploring creativity. It's a hobby. But is that bored?
Yeah.
Or is that me escaping bored? I can't tell.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's because there are a lot of people who, for example, I mean, a great way of going back on the like of boredom is 2020, right?
Yeah.
At the height of the pandemic, people were bored. What did they start doing? They started making bread and Dalgona coffee. Like that was their thing. But it was also the algorithm fed them that. The algorithm fed them that. There were people who had no idea what the fuck. They did not know. What
Okay,
Dalgona
so
coffee
I think
was.
this is what you're saying. Like sometimes we're bored. The algorithm's bringing us ideas on what to do to stimulate ourselves.
Exactly.
And ideally, you want your own brain to come up with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna kind of like. I also realized the topic of the video is how to be bored. All we've discussed is bored.
Because it's interesting that bored as a concept feels different. I think that is an interesting thing because it's almost like how you were saying, you almost have like a negative mindset of boredom because it feels like something that's like wasting time, like being bored is bad sort of thing. But if you change your mind around what boredom is, then it could lead you somewhere else. That's kind of where I feel like we're getting to a little bit, because you do have to change your mindset around what boredom is in order to even want to try it.
Yeah, I also think one of the things you told me is how it improves quality of life. I think you said it was a research paper.
Yes.
Because you practice being bored and less stimulated, stimulation feels more good. Stimulation feels like you appreciate art or whatever it is in life. Like we're constantly inundated with activities, inundation with conversations, people. Those things can become more meaningful. Like it's more colorful, I guess, if that makes sense. And I do like that. I like that practicing to just be also improves when you are doing shit.
Exactly. Because like most of the studies that I was looking at and that I was reading about, the top 3 things that most of them would say is that it improves your creativity, being bored, because it allows you that space to grow, to play, whatever it is. It allows you room for that. The second one is that it makes you kinder. Kinder was one that surprised me.
Tell me more.
Because I was like, what do you mean by you're kinder if you're bored? But I think part of it is, one thing that's very natural to humanity is that when we are bored, when we have nothing stimulating us, we look around at our environment. We look around at the people around us. We look around at the things that are tangibly in our space. And it's interesting. There was a study that was done that said that people who were bored, basically, would want to donate blood more, would want to donate like their time more, would want to volunteer more, because they realize there's just more things that they could be doing with their time if they were not stimulating their minds so much, but actually doing something with their bodies. People constantly crave helping each other. That was one thing that the study had found with the kinder one, which
so
I thought was
almost
interesting.
like boredom helps you align like more naturally to what you want to do, as opposed to the system, and whether it's capitalism or algorithms telling you what to do. You kind of have more, your inner intuition has a chance to lead you.
Exactly.
Ooh, I love that.
Exactly.
I love that.
I think that one is a really cool one. I like that one a lot. I said there were 3. There was a third one. Hold on. Let me find it, because I have a third one. What was it? Making us kinder. Right, like how you're saying, the fun times more exciting.
Yeah.
That one, which I thought was easy, because that one, a philosopher, Bertrand Russell, he pointed out too much excitement not only undermines the health, but dulls the palate for every kind of pleasure. In other words, a bit of boredom in our lives helps us appreciate the good times a lot more. And I think that's an interesting thing in an overstimulation culture, because everyone is constantly looking for ways to outdo what their mind is constantly at. You know, like that's why you go like out super late at night. That's why you go drinking. That's why you go clubbing. That's why you go all these places, because you want your mind to be in a higher state than where it's at right now, because our constant level of stimulation means we're never too excited or too sad. We're constantly in a place where we're almost balancing in between. We don't want to fall too far because that's scary, but we don't want to get too high because it's expensive or whatever the fuck it is, right? Whatever it is, it's like either you want to like keep a playing field that's like kind of level, but our level right now is so intense because there's just so much stimulation constantly.
No, that's true.
That we don't have the space for boredom. We don't have the space for it. Like we need to create space for it.
Under stimulation. So what would that look like? How do we create environments of under stimulation?
And the thing is, and we were both reading this, a lot of them just say put your phone down, and I just don't think it's realistic.
I don't, it's also not a systems answer. It's here's how to fix your individual self. And I'm like, I think we need to imagine systems. I think we need to imagine what is good for the collective. Like, how do we understimulate the collective?
How do we ever understimulate the collective? That one's an interesting one because, again, I feel like it's first that mindset shift around what boredom is. Like, you first have to understand,
like,
that
you have to have
bad.
a first positive view of it.
And
a desire to even
a desire to want to do it. Just like how, in general, the wellness culture now has a whole system created around it. It's interesting because the way that people talk about yoga or talk about mindfulness practices or talk about like wealth and wellness, like health and wellness, wealth and wellness, which sounds so opposite. But the way that people talk about it is very capitalist in its thinking. It's like schedule this time for yoga.
It's also
and
like
this time
very
for
like
that.
merit. Like there is like a
Merit-based.
keeping happening with health, and I'm
like that one place where it's like you're on those like little cycle things. What is it?
Yeah.
Soul Cycle or
Soul
whatever.
Cycle.
And there's like a
scoreboard and everyone's like
basically.
competing.
That shit scares me.
I mean, there is a part to like healthy competition, but
Of
I think,
course.
But I think when you health and wellness is not, I feel like people think it's a scale and it's not. Like it's so individual.
Yeah.
You know. But going back to boredom, I think you're right. I think having a reframe of what boredom is and the necessity for it.
Yes.
Not just in our individual, but how it's like collectively we're lacking boredom.
Yeah.
To reducing that scoreboard, right? Like there is no getting boredom to a certain point. Like here is the ideal goal of boredom. No, it's just a practice that we just need to add on. We need to not avoid it and hide away from it. We don't need to like keep a competition on who's more bored. Like we don't need to do any of that. We just like just let it flow into our natural routines in life. And I think there could be different types of boredom, right? I think some boredom might literally be like staring at a blank wall, but you can also be bored where you just walk in a park.
Yeah.
But like walking without podcasts or music, walking without necessarily talking to someone, just like by yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's still a bit of stimulation, right? You're walking in a park has stimulation. You're looking at plants and stuff, but you're not like being productive by like listening or counting or, you know, like
That's true.
there is no ulterior motive, but just maybe even like walking without a destination.
I think so, because one way that I started practicing boredom, because this is something I did start this year, because I realized I was so overstimulated, and I would take walks in the park, and I usually had a podcast on or something. I think that the best thing to do when you start trying to be bored is literally to take out one form of stimulation to one task of your day.
Oh, that's such a brilliant idea.
Like you're going on a walk and usually you listen to your audiobook and you have in your mind how much progress you're going to get in the audiobook before you come back home, blah, blah, blah. Take off the earphones and just walk in the
don't
park.
plan your time in the park.
Don't plan it. Be unintentional. I genuinely think
I love
unintentionality
that.
could lead to boredom. Like, don't be so intentional with every single hour of your day. No, you need play in your day. You need to like stop thinking about one thing at
It's
least.
like you gotta have a little bit of wanderlust, right? Let the park take you where it might.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was walking through Prospect Park and I was like, I could, just like keep walking and like just shoulder on through, but I saw this lake. It looks kind of weird and there's a turtle there. I'm going to stare at that turtle. And that's what I did. I stood there and I stared at that turtle and I was like, this was an amazing use of my time. I'm so glad I did this. And then I just kept walking. Like little things, I think.
I think that's such a good example of like being bored makes you appreciate stimulation more, because if you had a specific goal and specific
I never would have seen that turtle.
Yeah, if you had like sightseeing lists
Exactly.
and time, you wouldn't appreciate it. But now you're just like, yo, me and this turtle are besties now.
We're besties right now. And it was so cute. And it flipped over in the water. I was like, shut up right now. And then I saw there was a man like fishing. I was like, can you fish here? This is crazy. Are there fish in this freaking pond? Like, you never know what you notice when you allow yourself space. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like,
I really like your framework of, I think, in terms of starting to practice boredom, is like you don't have to go all in. Just turn off one thing you would do. Like turn off, maybe if you're cleaning the house and you have music on, turn it off.
yeah.
What if you just enjoy the sound of sweeping or something?
Exactly. And I don't think that you have to go so far as to take out every form of stimulation, because it's true that it is a bit, when you are starting, it's a bit difficult because we're constantly overstimulated. If you try and completely take it all out, that doesn't work. Just like I'm saying, don't stop scrolling. Like that's not going to help you.
Yeah,
it's not sustainable. You got to figure out what's sustainable for you, because it could be, say you go on that walk, you take off your headphones and you hate it. Like you go there and you're like, I actually hate this. I don't want to be walking around the park with no sound in my ear. Just put the headphones back on and keep going. Like it could be something else. Like you have to like workshop it a bit, I think, in your life to see what works for you.
Yeah, and I think a lot of what it is there is going to be failures in trying and attempting, because I've also attempted things and it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
And I think different things work for different people.
For sure.
But I think a part of the process is the imperfection. Like you have to embrace the imperfection, because you cannot challenge yourself to be bored. Like that defeats the purpose, right?
Yes.
So a lot of how to be bored is do the thing where you're just staring at things. I do think that's a beautiful idea. Like you want to stare at a blank space, you stare at the mirror, stare at yourself. That's also kind of scary, but
A little scary.
Look into
your eyes. What do you see?
Or I don't know, stare at like a sunset, not the sun, the sun itself, but like enjoying a sunset with no thoughts, no other thoughts, but just wow, color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another bored could be with movement. Like I said, we were walking, talking, maybe not talking. I don't know if talking would be bored. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Could be.
Could be. I think again, unintentional.
Being
The vibes.
unintentional in things that you're usually thinking a little too much about. Like, what's one thing you could stop thinking about right now? You know?
You know, especially with summer, I'm like, what if you're just bored in a swimming pool? That sounds like a vibe.
That sounds amazing.
Like no time limit. You're just a pool.
Floating in water. You're a floaty. You're just
you're a
just
floaty.
going. Like a starfish.
Yeah, like that I think is a good like
That's great boredom.
You are activity, but you're not activity.
Exactly. Also, if it makes you feel better to do a bored thing in a pretty environment, do that.
Yes. Oh my God, that's so brilliant.
Go to a botanic garden and be bored there looking at butterflies. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
What else? What else are we doing?
Oh, playing aimlessly. That one's kind of a good one.
Playing aimlessly like that. Or sitting with art supplies, but no plan. Oh, just stare at colors.
Stare at colors.
Yeah.
Paint a random patch on the floor and just look at what it looks like.
Yeah, no outcome.
No outcome.
No outcome.
No thoughts. No thoughts, head empty. That's big.
Also, like, I feel like you could have, you know, like, I think I used to do this in school, which is like tapping. Just like, tapping with your knees, with your fingers, just, those are like
tangible
like
things.
Tangible movement, sort of.
Yeah.
But I do think it's like just, I don't know. I feel like maybe my body wanted to do that stuff and now I don't, because there has been a form of like discipline and be ladylike and don't all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's rude to like move your knees or whatever. And so I'm like, but I wonder if that's also a form of our bodies just like.
Our bodies clearly wants to get something out of it, but we're not allowing itself space to do it.
Yeah, and I think when you're bored and you remove the shame, interest, remove challenge, being like goals and productivity, then your body's just gonna be weird, and like that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's a really good takeaway too. Like, remove the shame from it. Remove the shame that like being bored is bad. Being bored is like not a good like use of your time. You don't have to be useful. That's one thing. Capitalism teaches you have to be useful. Your mind has to be useful.
We're just
you
like
constantly
ants
need to be doing
on
things.
a space rock,
Hurtling through space. That's it.
Not even ants. We're like specks of dust.
In a world, in a universe, in a solar system. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bored.
Boredom. How can you be bored?
Did we answer the question?
I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we gave good ideas, actually.
I'm trying to see what else. Pacing around
those.
in your house slowly.
Yeah. Nature-based boredom is nice, but we kind of talked about that a bit, like walking through a park.
Humming! That's so cute.
Nice. Humming random melodies. You know, people who whistle. And they just like casually just walking
See,
around
that's another
whistling.
thing, because I feel like I've been well, I can't whistle, but also like I think many cultures have like
Never whistle at night.
never whistle at night. I don't know, I was kind of told not to whistle, and I was like, I also didn't have so much interest in it, to be fair.
I was never good at it. I can't whistle.
Yeah, no, me neither. I can't whistle.
Yeah.
Playing with stuff, just playing with.
Yeah, tactile activities I think are good, but also just like realizing what it is that your body wants is also very good, because boredom can lead to that too. It leads to like, I think, physical answers as well.
Yeah, I think I have shifted, because I originally thought like when I was bored after grad school and I started taking 15 habits, I was like, I don't think that's good. I think I'm just craving stimulation. But you're right. I think boredom does have the umbrella of including what your body wants to do.
Yeah.
Because those are things I picked up on my own and not necessarily because of capitalism.
Right.
I picked up grad school because of capitalism. But I didn't pick
where that
up
goes.
sewing because of capitalism.
Exactly.
So
It's like things that you clearly had it in you to want to do a certain type of task or certain type of thing. It's just that your body is constantly also trying to find ways to make it work for you.
Yeah.
So like there could be a task that you pick up or a skill or a hobby that you pick up that doesn't work. And I feel like it's like people blame themselves. They're like, oh no, I'm like bad at this because I tried to pick it up during the pandemic and I can't do it anymore because I'm busy now because of capitalism, because I'm constantly at work and doing shit and whatever it is. And it's like, it could be that, or it could just be you just don't have space for it because you haven't made space for it. And that's fine.
I'm imagining now, like, if I'm in the park and I'm bored and I'm staring at a tree, I might want to just like start swaying with a tree.
Yeah.
And just
mimicking nature is a really nice way. Ooh. It's very nice, just mimicking nature.
We should mimic trees and birds.
Yes. That's, I feel like, a good one with the humming too.
Oh yeah, the humming.
Listening to their song as well, because they're communicating with each other through the streets as well, and noticing where. That's one thing I started doing recently. I started noticing where there are birds' nests in the different trees in my neighborhood. When I go on walks, I'm like, how many birds' nests are there? Especially like spring and summer is a very good time to be staring out at nature anyway.
That's
you don't even
true.
realize what there is.
Because I think that's what the season is asking of you.
Yes.
The season is asking of you to engage with the flowers and the birds.
Yes. Last month, literally, I went to the tide pools, because in California, tide pools are super low in June. And the Marine Institute had posted that if you post pictures of a starfish, it actually helps with science. And I was like, the idea of going to the tide pools, taking a picture of a starfish, and it helps science. I downloaded an app. It was called iNaturalist. If you're in California, download the app. There's literally thousands of scientists on there, and they take research from people who just take pictures of random animals, and they just comment on it, like, I think it's this genus, I think it's that one. And it just was such a simple thing I did, but ever since I've done it, it's been a month now, I'm constantly thinking, I want to go take a picture of a starfish. That seems really like a good use of my time.
Wow.
I like that so much.
Your boredom is helping marine biology. It's helping
Marine life.
appreciate life, breathing life in.
I saw a weird bird. I took a picture of it. 2 scientists told me what that bird was within an hour. They were watching. They were like, "Oh, it's definitely not that. It's this one."
That is so
They
cool.
get into it with each other too. I was like, "Oh, I just took the picture. I don't know what's happening." It's actually so fun. Like people
Wait,
were
is it just
passionate.
in California? I think that
No,
one
it's
is-
not. It's
Oh my
not.
God,
You
I
should
need
get
to
it
do
too.
it. This is so
You should get it
fun.
too. I've been wanting to take pictures of birds in New York. There's like very famous birders who are from
So
New York too.
it sounds like nature's a big part of how to be bored.
Nature's big.
Nature's a big part of how to be bored. I think because
Think of how
bored.
many animals are bored too. Animals have boredom.
Yeah,
for sure.
interspecies boredom.
Yes. Be bored while staring at a bird is probably bored too.
I think boredom is life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think a lot of artificialness.
That's so real. Boredom is life.
Boredom is just life because
It's just living.
because I think a lot of the artificialness is taking life away from us, right? Like the constant overstimulation, it's hijacking our brain and thought systems and everything. Versus to be bored is to just be, which is to be living. It's actually more alive to be bored, I think.
That's so real. I think that's the main takeaway of this. You want to be alive, be bored. Like bored out of your mind bored.
Yeah, that's that. I
so
think so.
good.
Because I mean, think about what people probably did in hunter-gatherers age.
Exactly.
They just like
People constantly ask, like, how did they figure out how to like cook an animal? They were probably bored as hell, looked at that animal, was like, you know what's a cool idea? Let's burn it. Let's see what happens if we burn it. They had no other stimulation. What else are they gonna do but mess around, you know?
and they created society.
Where did the wheel
Boredom.
come from? Where did most inventions come from? Maybe you need to invent something.
Okay, actually, this is one of my favorite stories about the Cartesian plane.
Yeah.
Or was it the periodic table? Oh, don't fact check me, or maybe do. I don't know. But basically, a lot of scientific, like very significant ideas, like the periodic table, they come from people like just daydreaming and sleeping.
I believe that. That makes so much sense. Because
Yeah.
how else are you gonna have that thought?
Yeah.
How else are you gonna?
I think
want
it was
to do
Rene
that?
Descartes who like. Boredom is life.
Boredom is life. Yes.
Boredom is to embrace life. It's more life than being productive, actually.
It is, because it is just living simply. It's like no overstimulation, no capitalism in your mind, no anything in your mind, actually.
Yeah.
It is truly just what
So-
we naturally do.
What is your conclusion? What's your like takeaway from all of this? Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do?
My main takeaway is that I need to spend less time reading. That's my biggest stimulation.
Really?
There's some people who doom scroll more than anything else. I've noticed that I've been doom reading more than anything else. And usually that's not a bad thing. And in general, people should read. Yes, I'm never going to say don't read. But for me personally, for Fariha, I think I need to stop reading. I'm constantly stimulating myself with either audiobook or a screen or a physical book. I brought 3 books on this trip. I'm in New York City. What am I doing? Literally, what am I doing? I have 4 more on audio.
Wow.
You gotta let the book sit down, actually, and just take a moment and just look around a bit more. Like, literally sniff the flowers. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I think that's my biggest thing.
Okay.
What about you? What do you think it is for you?
I think
Or like a thing you want to do less of and something you want to do more of, I guess.
I think for me, while I have this thing where I naturally will do stuff but I genuinely don't know how to just not do. I remember being on FaceTime with someone, because I'm always also like cleaning, even if I'm on FaceTime, I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
And this person's like, can you just like sit and FaceTime? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right. It's like, I'm doing things.
So I think for me, even if I'm doing boredom things, it's still doing. And I think I have to practice to sit still.
Yeah.
That's going to be like, I don't know how to make my muscles just
Stop.
stop.
Yeah.
I think things I want to try out, some of the things I think we were reading through online ideas is like, I forgot what they were. I like the idea of like imitating nature, like
Yes.
swaying with the tree,
Yes.
singing with the birds. I think I want to
Yes.
try that. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun.
But yeah, I just want to be a piece of flesh sometimes.
Exactly.
Just like I want to do nothing. I so badly want to do nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like it's revolutionary thinking to do nothing.
I think my big moment of clarity was that to be bored is actually to be. Like, that's the most being of being, is to be bored and not necessarily become a tool of capitalism.
Exactly. Doesn't it all go back?
Because
It always
didn't like,
does.
I forgot what it was. I don't know if it was like Netflix or Meta or something. They were like, their biggest competitor is sleep.
Yes. Netflix.
Because sleep is such an the only autonomous time I think our brains have over us. Our
Yes.
waking moment is completely hijacked
Yes.
by attention or capitalism or whatever. So I think boredom is like very radical.
Yeah. Boredom is radical. Boredom is something that you can do in your day-to-day life. I think find a task to take out of your life is kind of the main thing to start with, and then your mind will tell you what you need. When it comes to boredom, your mind knows what you need. Like, that's my biggest takeaway as well. Like, boredom is life. It's living intentionally and realistically, or even living unintentionally.
I also like the thing that it says here is trying different like environments.
Yes.
So being bored in a different room, being bored in a different setting than you usually are, being bored in different lightings, being
that
bored
one's
in
interesting.
different surfaces. It says like whether it's cardboard or couch or floor, like cardboard. Did I say?
You said cardboard, but I think you meant hardwood floor. You could sit on a cardboard box if you really want to. That could
You know,
be
be
different.
a cat. Maybe
Be
I
a cat.
imagine be a cat.
Be
They
a
are
cat.
so bored.
They're
like,
bored all the
they
time.
Are the
They're
prime.
the masters of boredom. Actually, we could learn so much from cats. So much from cats.
Please, sensei, please teach
Like
us.
super close up. Like, please teach us your boredom ways.
I hope you share with us where it led you.
Yes. How are you going to be bored in your life? I look so many times like a person in a cloak. It's just not.
It's an umbrella.
It's an umbrella. And it's so creepy.
It's giving mentor.
It's
like
is.
Batman. It's like
giving Batman.
I'm so sorry. I cannot show this to you guys because I don't want to dox where I live. But
We're looking at Moon Knight right now. Like, we're looking at a little superhero and he's looking over the city. That's what we're looking at. It's crazy.
come on.
You want this? Here. Try it, Luke. Try it.
No, okay. Now we go back to normal. So
Okay. Got it. We're super normal right now.
I'm gonna take your oil. Is she in? She's not in shot, is she?
Just ahead.
Come on, baby.
Come here.
Lucy.
Come in. She's like, I'm being baited and I know it.
No. Come on. She sees me move. She's like, why are you moving? Come on. Goofy.
Do you like this one? Is that one too spacey for you?
Come on. Good girl. Good girl. You want to interview her?
Yeah, I can. Damn, the camera, it's like turned away, it's just butt.
That's okay. This is the most I think we'll get her. No.
Oh, hello, Floof. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We just have a really quick question. How do we practice boredom? Stop. Stop. He's like, no. He's like, not only no, but also y'all are useless.